Indians trailing 1-0. Albert Bell tying this one up at 1 apiece. But in the 7th inning, the Braves break it open. Luis Polonia with a shot into right. This part of a 3-run 7th. Then it was up to Pedro Borbon, who came on in relief, and he shut the door on the Tribe. Atlanta wins 5-2 and could win the World Championship tonight.
Make some adjustments. I mean, they are very smart hitters. I mean, they're not going to let you pitch them the same way you pitched them last week. No team ever does, and I wouldn't expect this team to be any different. They're a very good lineup. They hit mistakes as well as any team I've ever seen. We just got to go out and try to make as many good pitches as you can.
He's almost going to win his 4th Cy Young. You don't do that and not be intelligent and not know how to pitch, and we just have to outthink him. That's all. You know, I'll go home tonight, look at my tape here, and see the different variations how he pitched me, and just take a game plan and go out. And I think we need to come out hacking tomorrow and really put a hurting on him.
Yeah, the Indians have their hands full. All right, the tennis world is mourning the death of Bobby Riggs. You probably remember back in '73, he challenged Billie Jean King to the battle of the sexes, and Riggs lost. He was diagnosed with prostate cancer 8 years ago. He passed away early this morning. Bobby Riggs was 77. One more note in tennis. Andre Agassi was upset today at the Eurocard Open. Malavia, Washington, your winner, will be back here at Tad Gormley Stadium at 6. Heath?
All right, Bob Alvarez, thanks a lot. That's all the time we have for Channel 6 News at 5. We'll be back in a half an hour, and until then, be good.
The tragic accident that shouldn't have happened. 2 more dead in that school bus crash.
That has not been canceled. It has simply been moved to Franklinton. So the game between Bogalusa and Hammond is still on. Now let's get out to Tad Gormley Stadium for sports with Bob Alvarez. Bob, good evening.
Good evening, Norman. You know, it's a lot quieter now. We could hardly hear ourselves think at 5 o'clock. And by the way, Forshey did beat McDonough 35 in that game. The big one is coming up in just over an hour. Holy Cross is trying to clinch at least a share of the district title, and they haven't had a piece of that district pie since 1983. Meanwhile, St. Aug also has their eyes on a part of this district title, so I think you'd call this one a big game. Holy Cross, they like to run the ball, and when they do, Sean Collin usually gets the call. He's averaging nearly 100 yards per game. Tigers defense, well, not too shabby. They're allowing 14 points per game. Meanwhile, St. Aug scoring just over 20 a game. Jamal Fobbs does most of the running for the Purple Knights, and with their defense, well, the St. Aug offense doesn't need to score a lot. In fact, last week, this touchdown pass to Michael Davis is all they needed to beat Brother Martin. St. Aug 4-1, Holy Cross 4-0. We will be here live tonight at 10 for all the highlights. Well, the New Orleans Saints, of course, you know they are struggling. And one of the guys who came to New Orleans hoping to avoid the losing is Eric Allen, and he spent some time with Roe Brown.
Eric Allen, new signing with the Saints, was a good financial move. He thought it was a good professional move, leaving the losing situation in Philadelphia for one he thought was a certain winning environment. I guess some things money just can't buy.
Tough situation for me right now, you know, because you look around and you see everyone here is, you know, you see in practice today, everyone's trying to work hard and figure out what's going on. It's just not clicking, you know, and for myself, you know, you go out each week and you try and prepare to win, you look at film, and you know, when you leave that in the 4th quarter and you haven't won, you know, it's like, man.
During the week, he gets strength and encouragement from friends and former teammates.
They say, yeah, you're playing well. And I say, hey, you know, but that doesn't always cut it. Everyone still respects the players we have on the team. And that's very important, to go out each week and be respected. And that's what keeps me going from week in and week out. You know, when people look at film, you know, we may have lost, but I want them to say, you know, Eric won his battles, you know, and that goes a long way with the respect.
Roe Brown, Channel 6 Sports.
And, of course, the Saints in San Francisco on Sunday. Now, in this note about the World Series, it is raining in Cleveland, so neither of the two teams could take batting practice, and I think that's bad news for Cleveland because tonight they're facing Greg Maddux again. And once again, Bobby Riggs passed away early this morning. He was 77 years old. At 10 o'clock, Ro Brown will be right here. We'll have a live report on the game between Holy Cross and St. Aug, so we'll see you again at 10. Norman?
Should be an exciting game. See you then, Bob. Right now, stay tuned to Channel 6 News because up next, a group of precocious preschoolers pounce on.
Still has one more game to play, so if they win next week, they can win a share of the District 10 5A title. That's it. St. Augustine winning big time out here tonight, Bob, 43-0 over the Holy Cross Tigers.
Thanks, Ro. You know, I'm surprised St. Aug scored 43 points, but the defense has been playing well. Held Brother Martin to just 3 points last week, so 43-zip the final tonight. Woo, let's talk about the Saints. They are preparing for the trip to San Francisco. The distraction of the future of head coach Jim Mora is in the way. Now, I'm sure every player has his own way of dealing with what's happening off the field. Tonight, Richard Harvey offers his way.
If you don't handle your business on Sunday, you'll have bigger concerns than whether Coach Mora is here or not next year. And that's the way I look at it. I mean, that's beyond me. You know, this is a big business. This is a big business, and I can't control who mows the fields. I can't control who cleans up the offices, and I can't control who coaches his team. I control the way I play on Sunday, and that's what keeps you employed as a football player. So that's what I worry about.
And don't forget that Ronaldo Turnbull joins Rich Lenz every Sunday night at 6 Sports Extra. We'll have the complete story from San Francisco. All right, the Indians, the Braves, and the Champagne are going back to Atlanta because tonight Cleveland won. They beat the Braves 5-4. Let's take a look at some of the action. Albert Bell, bottom of the first, hit one out yesterday. This one high, deep, to just about the same place. The Indians jumped out to a 2-0 lead, but then Luis Polonia, he's high, he's deep, he's gone. Braves would tie the score, but in the 6th, Cleveland scores twice. Ramirez to the opposite field. Albert Bell scores. That made it 4-2. Again, the Tribe win 5-4. They still trail 3-2. The New York Yankees are looking for a new manager. Buck Showalter has turned down Steinbrenner's offer of a 2-year contract extension. Now, this will be a public relations nightmare for Steinbrenner in New York, and I think it will force him to re-sign Don Mattingly. How about a look at the Shaqless Magic? Anthony Hardaway will be forced to shoot more until Shaq returns to the lineup. John Starks doesn't mind putting it up. And remember Heisman Trophy Award winner Charlie Ward? Here he is with the steal. He's going all the way. 95-73 Knicks over the Magic. And hope you were with us earlier, but Bobby Riggs died very early this morning. He was 77.
Yeah, very sad to hear that. All right, Bob. Well, coming up, you've heard of a haunted house. So what is a judgment house, and how can it help your kids? Find out when we come back.
There are people you meet that you will always remember. Favorite cooks, average quarterbacks, and the lady down the street who taught you to tie your shoes. These people you meet inherit a laugh from or share a secret
house, so they decided to tie the knot there. The bride, well, she wore a blood red satin gown with a black lace. Well,
with the post-game report.
The Saints' victory here in San Francisco was a team effort, but what made the big difference today was the running game. The 49ers came into this game with the best run defense in the NFL, but the Saints found some room.
We blocked a little bit better, and we ran a little bit better, and Mario stayed healthy through the game. In the past, we haven't blocked or ran well enough, and in conjunction with that, Mario, had not been able to finish a game.
We beat them up front today. I mean, they did a good job on in short yardage situations and then goal line. But other than that, we moved the ball up and down all day today.
San Francisco 49ers receiver Jerry Rice became the NFL's all-time leader in receiving yards. But at the same time, the Saints defense held the 49ers to their lowest point total this season.
Well, we've been playing well for the last 4 weeks. We've been playing better and better, We just hadn't been getting the wins, but we done it today.
The defense played very well on this Sunday, and they did a great job of taking the ball away from the 49ers offense.
You can't coach it. You know, you don't know when they're going to come, but when they do come, it seems like they come in bunches. And usually when you create turnovers, you win the game. And that was the difference today, I think.
Before we wrap things up from San Francisco, let's go back to head coach Jim Mora. These are his thoughts about Chip Lohmiller, who today missed 2 more field goals.
I like Chip, but, you know, you got to, at some point, you got to say, hey, man, guys got to make them. And that last one was very crucial to us. It's definitely a makeable kick and puts us up by 7. And they got to score a touchdown to tie, you know.
I'm Bob Alvarez.